Good morning. In the development of global political dynamics in the current era, international problems that still frequently occur are violation of human rights, and human rights are theoretically something that is inherent in humans and is natural and fundamental as a gift from God that must be respected, guarded, and protected. In a sense, human rights are a form or effort to maintain human safety as a whole through a balancing act between individual interests and the public interest. Individuals and governments or countries also participate in efforts to respect, protect, and uphold human rights. Human rights are universal and inherent in every human being in the world because human rights are obtained from God and cannot be ignored by anyone. Universal human rights mean that these rights can apply anywhere and to anyone and cannot be taken away by anyone because human rights are needed by every human being to be able to protect themselves and their human dignity. Despite the existence of international agreements and international laws that have been regulated, marriage of children under 18 years old is now a global problem that affects millions of children in various parts of the world. Until now, it is estimated that 12 million girls under 18 are married every year. Child marriage is a form of human rights violation. Child marriage can be an obstacle for a child to get a right to a proper education, socialize with children at their age, etc. Since 1848, the United Nations and various international organizations have tried to stop child marriage. In Article 16, contained in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it is stated that a person must be of sufficient age when married and the marriage must be agreed by both parties without coercion or with the consent of both parties. With this, any country that allows child marriage is considered to be committing a violation of human rights. The case of child marriage, which is a global problem, can cause various impacts, including social, health, and educational impacts. The social impacts that can result from child marriage are increasing poverty rates, increasing population density, and hampering human welfare. The practice of child marriage, which is still widespread in various countries, has now become the global agenda of the Sustainable Development Goals in point 5.3, namely efforts to eliminate all forms of practices that endanger women, including child marriage, by 2030. Until now, it is recorded that the total number of girls, there are still 12 million people who marry as children per year, which must be changed immediately in order to achieve one of the SDGs target in 2030. In West and Central region itself, in the West and Central Africa region itself, there are around 41 of cases of child marriage, which means that 4 out of 10 children in this population are married before they are 18 years old. This masks a very large number within a country because the West and Central Africa region is home to 6 of the 10 countries with the highest rates of child marriages cases in the world, with these 6 countries having a prevalence of 50%. The high rate of child marriage in the Central Africa and West Africa region is caused by several things, such as gender inequality. Child marriage occurs because of deep-rooted gender inequality where society views girls as inferior to boys. Girls also often have less opportunity to have a voice in making decisions, so that they ultimately feel less confident due to the lack of support and knowledge or educational services available at the local and national level. The second one is family name or honor. In West and Central Africa, child marriage is often seen as a way to control girls' sexuality as quickly as possible. This is done because in their beliefs, maintaining virginity is an honor. So, marriage is a way to legitimize sexual relation and childbirth. Number 3 is socio-economic environment. In this context, it should be noted that the West and Central African regions are known to still have weaknesses in the formal labor market and the difficulty in accessing education or the low quality of education, which also means that families have no other alternative but to marry off their daughters to be free from the shackles of poverty. Number 4, religion and tradition. Most of the marriage that occur in West and Central Africa are usually religious and traditional in nature. So many of these marriages are not registered in the civil service. In some cases, child marriage that occur in West and Central Africa are also one of the traditional ways of resolving problems or disputes. The West and Central Africa region, which has a population around 5,560.4 million people, which covers around 43% of Africa population, is expected to increase in 2030 and will be dominated by young people, more than 64% of whom are under the age of 24, the year when this young generation will become the next generation of their nation. However, the young generation living in the West and Central Africa region will face several major challenges, such as health, education, employment, and child marriage, where child marriage is one of the major threats that haunt the lives of minors in the West and Central Africa region. Seeing the threat of marriage, UNICEF, which is an organization that focuses on the well-being and empowerment of children, we plan to achieve the elimination of child marriage through a global program to end the practice of child marriage. UNICEF in this program also collaborates with UNFPA through the global program Accelerate to End Child Marriage. This program aims to promote the rights of girls to prevent child marriage and pregnancy, which can threaten their childhood, and strive to achieve their aspiration through education and alternative pathways that aim to support them so they can show positive attitudes while empowering girls so they can make their own decision. Through this speech, we, the representatives of UNICEF, would like to invite the African community to take part in reducing the number of child marriage that are currently occurring in Africa. Thank you for your attention.